Hi, and welcome to Metamask. This is finally where the course gets a lot more interactive. So far, you've been learning all the conceptual knowledge that you'll need to actually use Web3, but we haven't started using it yet. So in this episode, we're going to set up your first crypto wallet. Then I'm going to show you how to connect to Web3 websites and also how to add other blockchains to your crypto wallet. So with that, let's get started. All right, the first thing you're going to do is download a crypto wallet. And the one that we're going to use is Metamask. So we have to go to metamask.io. From here, you'll click the download button. Then you'll click Add to Chrome, Add Extension. Once you see this, you click Get Started and click No Thanks. All right, so over here, if you were restoring your wallet on a new computer and you already had your secret recovery phrase, which is known as your seed phrase, then you would import from here. But since we're starting a new wallet, we'll just click here. First, you have to just create a password. Okay, I've read the terms and create. Now, this video is just going to show you how to keep your seed phrase safe and how it's the master key to your wallet. So it's an instructional video, and it says never to share your secret recovery phrase with anybody. And we already covered this, so we can go ahead and skip this. Okay, so this is the part where you're going to need a pen and paper. Don't use your computer. Don't use your phone. Make sure that you have a pen and paper. So when you click this, right, you're going to save these words onto a piece of paper. Okay, so we're going to have to retype the same words. So let's do that real quick. Okay. So once you do that, you'll get this congratulations window. Click all done. And now you have your MetaMask wallet set up. So the first thing you're going to want to do from here is click on the little extensions icon here and then pin MetaMask on here. So it'll be easier to access in the future. So let's do a quick overview of how MetaMask works. Over here, you'll see the account public key. So this is basically like your email address. And if you click on it, it copies it to your clipboard so you can paste it anywhere else. If you want to see the full address, you can click these three dots, click account details, and it shows you your full account address. This is your public key. Next, we can see the buy, send, and swap buttons. So if you click buy, you can buy crypto directly from MetaMask. You can also send crypto directly from MetaMask. If you have someone's public key, you can send it over here. If you paste their public key, it'll let you send crypto to them. And you can swap. So if you want to swap from Ethereum to USDC, you can swap here. But I don't recommend using either the buy or the swap option over here because MetaMask usually has more expensive prices than you can get on either Coinbase or another decentralized exchange. So these aren't something that you're going to be using fairly often. Next, we have assets. So over here, you'll see the list of coins and tokens that you own within this account. And you can have more than one account. So we'll look at that in a second, but right now let's just look at the assets. So this is a brand new wallet, so there's no assets in here. And then if you click on the activities tab, it shows you all the transactions that you've had in the recent past. So this is not going to be filled since it's a brand new wallet, but let's see how we can add a new account. So when you click on the circle here, you see this is account 1. And then I can also create another account. So let's just keep it account 2, click create. And now we have a brand new public address, right? If we want to check it, you could go to account details. This is a completely different address. And this is for account 2. So if you want to switch between the two accounts, you can just click on the circle and switch between these two accounts. And the reason you would do that is if you want one account just to hold NFTs, or if you want one account just for a specific blockchain, you can separate it that way. But the point is you can have multiple accounts within one crypto wallet. Okay, so every company that has an online service requires a username and password, right? This is how the information gets saved on their servers. So if you're logging into YouTube, they have your own username and password. You log into YouTube, all of the activity that you have on YouTube gets stored on their servers, right? They're tracking what kind of videos you're watching, how to recommend better videos to you, and they keep trying to give you better and better video recommendations so that you stay on their platform, right? Twitter is a different company, so it has its own username and password, and they save their data on their servers. And the same thing with Facebook. Each one of these platforms is trying to do the same exact thing. They're trying to keep your eyeballs on their platform for as long as possible, because what they are trying to do is on the other end of their business, they go to other small businesses and advertisers, and they try to get those ads to get placed in front of your eyes. And those businesses will pay each one of these companies thousands, millions, billions of dollars to put their ads in front of you. And this is how all of these companies are profitable. So their incentive is to harvest as much of your data as possible, right? So a lot of the things that you do on Facebook, the posts that you like, the kind of interests that you have, this is all tracked. And when you're creating an ad on Facebook as a business, you can target exactly the kind of people that you want. And Facebook gets paid for this kind of information. So they're going to try to get as much information about you and how you interact with their platform as possible. As opposed to Web3, in Web3, you're not using a username and password to connect to websites, right? So you have a password that you use to connect to Metamask, right? And then from Metamask, you use your public key and private key to interact with all of these websites. But your actual data is stored on the blockchain, right? In the previous example, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they all have their own separate data centers with all of their data, and they own all of it. But in Web3, all of your data gets stored on the blockchain, which is encrypted. And so only your private key can unlock your data, right? So when you connect to a Web3 website, you'll connect with your crypto wallet. The Web3 website has to ask for your permission to access your data. It's kind of like how we use our cell phones. So when you download a new app on your iPhone or Android, there's always a prompt that asks you, do you want to give access to your contacts, to your camera, to all these other things? And you have to approve or deny that. And this is how this is structured for websites in Web3. The benefit of this model is that the user gets to be in charge of how their data is used. And if you use a website and you don't want to, you don't want them to have access to that data anymore, you can restrict that information. You can just disconnect from that website and they can no longer access your data. Okay, so with that said, let's actually connect to a Web3 website. I've switched over to my MetaMask wallet so that I don't have to transfer all my assets into a brand new wallet, just so I can show you guys how this works. So the first place we're going to go is uniswap.org. Even if you type in uniswap.com, it'll still take you to uniswap.org. So either one is fine. Then you click on Launch App. So over here is the swap interface. This is a decentralized exchange. So from here, you can swap from Ethereum to any other token. But before we can do that, we have to connect with our wallet. So you'll see Connect Wallet over here, or any decentralized website or any website that interacts with blockchain technology will show a button on the top right that says Connect Wallet. So let's click on that, and then it shows you how many different wallets it supports. So if you use any one of these other wallets, you would just click on those. But since we use Metamask, we'll go with that option. Then it gives me all the accounts that are available on my wallet that I want to connect with. So let's just connect with this account. And you'll see over here that it says that you have to allow this website to see your addresses, account balance, activity, and suggest transactions to approve. And this is where the website is asking your permission to use this data. You click connect. And then now we can select, let's say I want to transfer my Ethereum to USDC. So over here, you'll see how much balance I have of Ethereum in this wallet. So I want to do maybe 0.06, right? So 0.06 is worth $119.92. Okay, it's $102 now. So if I swap from Ethereum to USDC, which is a stable coin, each coin is worth $1, I'll get 102 USDC. So if I click swap, it gives me a summary of what the swap will look like. And already the estimate is out of date. So let's click this accept button, right? There's also network fees and everything. But if you click confirm swap, it doesn't actually do the swap just yet. You still have this MetaMask window that shows you what you're trying to execute, what transaction you're trying to execute. So let's make this a little bit bigger, right? So this is what all confirmations will look like when you're using Web3. So anytime you need to confirm anything, you'll have to sign for it, and you'll usually have to pay some sort of fee. So over here, the estimated gas fee is $6.77. So this is relatively cheap right now. It can be very high at other times. So right now, if I want to confirm the swap, I would just click confirm, but I don't want to transfer my Ethereum to USDC right now, so I'll just click reject. Okay, transaction was rejected. And let's go back into our lesson. So how do you actually read a transaction, right? So on the top, you'll see it was, this is like a screenshot from an older transaction. So at the time, 0.06 ETH was worth $136. So this is the dollar amount of your transaction. Then you have your gas fee, right? So the gas is the cost to execute the transaction. You can manually increase this to execute transactions faster, but for the most part, we just leave it on default because we're not in a rush to, get our transactions executed faster. So at the time that I took this screenshot, it was costing $24.14 in gas fees to send a transaction. And that's a lot of the reason why most people don't want to use the Ethereum blockchain, because it's so expensive for gas fees. Because in other blockchains, you can get a transaction done for a few pennies, but over here it costs $24. And then at the bottom, you have the total. So this is the total cost of your transaction, the amount plus the gas fees. Okay, next we have the block explorer. So every blockchain has its own block explorer. So all of your transactions will be listed on there and all of your assets. Now let me show you what it looks like on my current wallet. So let's say I made a bunch of transactions and I want to know, I want to see a receipt of those. So if I click on the activities tab and I see only 2 different transactions, right? But I know I have more transactions than this. How would I see all of them? The way you do that is through the Block Explorer. So what you want to do is click on these three dots again, and then view account on Etherscan. So depending on what blockchain you're on, we're on Ethereum, right? So it'll show you Etherscan. If you go on different blockchains, it has a different option here. So when you click on this, Etherscan is a website that has the entire Ethereum blockchain on it. And that shortcut that I just used from Metamask, right? If I click this, it takes me directly to my address on Etherscan. So this is the blockchain and what is on the blockchain in my address. So when I click on transactions, I can look at all of these. These are all the transactions that I've had so far, right? And this is more technical to read through these transactions, which is out of the scope of this lesson, but this is where all your transactions are. And then over here, you have all the tokens that are within your crypto wallet. So these are all the tokens that are in my crypto wallet on my Ethereum address. So that is the Block Explorer. And you can view other people's accounts too. If you just go to their homepage, etherscan.io, you can see, let's say, let's just click on this transaction, right? And let's click on this address, right? So this is someone's address. We see all the different options that are different transactions that this person did. So this is a pretty new address, right? Because it's only 1 day old. Let's see if we can find a better one. Okay, so here's another address, and you'll see the address up here. You'll see the tokens that they hold in their wallet, and then you'll see all their transactions. So you can literally check anybody's address here. You just won't know who it belongs to. So let's say we're on Uniswap. We did our swap, and we don't want it to access our crypto wallet anymore. We want to disconnect from the site. The way you do that is, first, you have to see if the wallet that you're accessing or the account that you're accessing is actually connected to the website. And if you see this connected, then you can also disconnect by clicking these three dots, click on connected sites, and then you'll see each website will be listed here, and you can just click disconnect and it will disconnect from that website, right? So now it doesn't have access to my wallet anymore. So if I were to try to use it again, I would have to connect my wallet one more time. On the top right of most Web3 websites, you'll see that there's a connect to wallet button on the right, top right, and next to it, you'll see the blockchain that it's on. And usually these websites will run on multiple different blockchains so that you can work on different chains in general. So this one is on Ethereum, right? But what if I want to switch to Polygon? That's a completely different blockchain, right? So if I click on Polygon, the site will automatically offer to add the Polygon blockchain to my MetaMask. So if I click switch network, right now we're on a different blockchain. And if I click MetaMask on the top, it shows the Polygon mainnet, right? And if I want to switch back to Ethereum, I can switch back to Ethereum. But right now we're on Polygon. So how do we add more chains to our MetaMask? The easiest way to do that is to go to this website called chainlist.org. Over here, you'll see all the different chains that are available. So if I want to add, let's say I want to add Optimism, right? First, I would have to connect to the website with my MetaMask wallet. And then once I do, I can add this chain, and it automatically fills in the name, the URL, and the chain ID. You can do this manually too, but I prefer to use Chainlist. And then you can just click approve, and it even offers to switch to that blockchain for you. So you can just switch, right? So now when you click on MetaMask, it'll ask which one, which blockchain. It shows you which blockchain you're on. Okay, so now that we've already learned how to add different blockchains, how do we add different coins? So let's say I want to add Shiba Inu coin, right? So the first thing you want to do is go to coinmarketcap.com. Once you're on CoinMarketCap, it shows you all the different cryptocurrencies that are available based on their market caps. So I want to add Shiba Inu, right? Over here, you'll see the contract address, and next to it, there's a shortcut to add to MetaMask. When I click this, it automatically adds this token to my wallet. So now when I click assets, it should show sheep, right? So I have 0 Shiba Inu coins. When I was first using MetaMask and learning how to use crypto, one of the times that I actually panicked was when I went to MetaMask and I knew that I had some coins in my wallet and I couldn't find them in my assets list. So I thought that I had gotten hacked or someone stole them or something happened, but they weren't in here and I thought I had lost them. But then what actually happens, and this might happen to you, is sometimes they don't get listed in your MetaMask wallet. So, but they're still on your account. And the way to check that is you go to your Etherscan, right? So you view your account on the blockchain and you go to your tokens and you can see what tokens you have, right? So let's say I want this Cypher token, right? I own this Cypher token, but let's see if it shows up in my MetaMask, right? It's nowhere to be seen. I don't see this token anywhere. So how do I get it into my MetaMask? So I go to CoinMarketCap and go to Cypher, right? This is the coin that I want to add. And I click add to MetaMask. And see, it detects my balance that's on the blockchain. I click add token. And now when I click on MetaMask, it's listed in here, right? And it shows how much I have. So that's how you know if your actual tokens are still on your account. The best way to do that is to check Etherscan and then click on your tokens and see which ones are in your account. Even if they don't show up in your MetaMask, that doesn't mean that you lost them. They're still on the blockchain. One way to think about your crypto accounts is you can think of it as like a safe deposit box, right? But there's some differences here. So to view a safe deposit box at your bank, you need your ID, you need the box number, and you need the key. But in a crypto account, anybody can view your account. So if you want to view an account on the Block Explorer, all you need is the public key, right? So you can basically peek inside anybody's wallet to see what's inside. You just don't know who that wallet belongs to because it's a public key, right? It's just a string of letters and numbers. So this is a random wallet that I pulled up, and you see this is the public key. And inside of this wallet, you can see exactly what they own. This wallet is worth $12.9 million, right? And in our everyday lives, we'll never be able to check inside other people's bank accounts or safe deposit boxes to see what their net worth is. But over here in Web3, you can. But the only difference is you don't know who this belongs to, right? So they still kind of have anonymity. So they can still be kind of anonymous as long as you can't pin their identity to this wallet. So we're able to see exactly what wallets we're able to see exactly what currencies this wallet has, and we're able to see all the transactions. So we're able to follow how this person is trading, how they're moving their money around. So we can follow them wherever they're going. And that concludes our episode on MetaMask. So the three key takeaways for you is that Web2 companies profit off of your data, right? So they're incentivized to harvest as much of it as possible. But in Web3, this is prevented because all of your data lives on the blockchain. So you're in control of how that data gets used and distributed. All crypto accounts are visible to the public, but there's no way for us to identify who owns what account. So you're still able to stay anonymous. And finally, MetaMask only supports Ethereum virtual machine compatible blockchains, or EVM compatible blockchains. Not all blockchains are EVM compatible, which means that you'll have to use a different type of crypto wallet to access those chains. But for the most part, you can get around with most of what you need to do within Web3 with just using MetaMask. So now that we have our crypto wallet set up, I highly recommend that you set it up for yourself, use it, try to interact with some websites, and really get a feel for how it works before you continue to the next section, because the next section will show you how you can actually use crypto to make more money for yourself.